This is our LEGO SWAT Team barracks, and currently it is devoid of everything. I guess we need to outfit this with some weapons and armor. Now, we do have SWAT Team members already built. We've got gas mask troopers, SWAT truck drivers, breach and clear units, officers, and close quarters combat specialists.
Cool.
But these units are pretty much nothing without their weaponry. So in today's video, we're going to be building up the SWAT Team Armory here. And our first shipment has just arrived from the SWAT truck, baby. Let's unload it. And there we are, all the SWAT weapons and armor that we'll need to outfit our boys. Now, most of this is going to be from bricktactical.com. Use code DAILY if you want some discounts on there and some free weaponry. But let's go ahead and start outfitting our armory. First and foremost, let's start with this corner right here. This is where the pistols go. So we have some of these working pistols, which are really cool for mocks. And basically what you do with this type of build, I have big fat fingers, so it's tough, is you just kind of slide them in like that, facing the wall, which looks really good, in my opinion. So I'll have one of them there. Got another 9mm here cocked back from Brick Tactical. Slide that one in that way. We got the Giga magazine here, which sadly is not gonna fit back here. It's just never gonna happen. So instead, we'll actually go ahead and already clip this one in over here, since it's got such a large magazine.
Nice.
We've also got like our standard issue Glocks here, as well as some of these working Sidan Toys Glocks. So we got both the static ones and the working ones. All right, our wall of pistols is now Gucci, my dudes. Let's go ahead and shift over here to this side wall. And with these hangers, what I want to do is add some scars to them, SCARs. So we'll go ahead and start clipping these in here, and basically you angle them upwards like so, which is really cool. So we have our standard version right there, which is a really nice perfect caliber, and then we have a very cool Eclipse Graphics red variant underneath that. Beneath the red variant there, we're going to have our Snow Perfect Caliber variant. Wonderful. And then beneath that, we'll have our Desert Camo variant, which is slightly different than the standard Perfect Caliber tan variant, but not by much. So we've got our wall of Scar H's here, which honestly looks pretty great.
Whoa, very nice.
Now, before we start adding more weapons to the walls, we need to go over here, because underneath these walls, we want to put our helmets. And I've shown you guys this before, but literally one of my favorite things is these little heads. They're actually glow in the dark, but it's really hard to get them to show. They're not very good at glowing in the dark, but they're just kind of these derp heads. However, they look really good with helmets on them as sort of like mannequin style heads, so you can then clip them in to the tops of these shelves and have displays of all the helmets that you need. I think it's kind of cool.
It's true.
So we can have our standard SWAT helmet there. And then for this head, why don't we go ahead and scoot on one of these gas masks? These are actually really cool because you can take off the filter and put it back on. Again, really great for mocks. Anything with like moving parts for mocks is fantastic. Or stop motions too. So we've got that. And then I've actually got a new blue SWAT variant helmet that we can go ahead and cap that off with. Never used this one on the channel before, but looks really cool. Then again, you just go ahead and clip it on to the shelf there, and it looks wunderbar. Why don't we also go ahead and use one of these Riot Trooper helmets? Looks pretty swank. Put that one in the corner over that way. Our next helmet, we're going to use this, which is a super realistic Brickmania SWAT helmet. Looks super fantastic. Slot that one in the corner, and then I can't find another one of the derp helmets, so we're gonna use this little ski mask head, and we'll go ahead and do a pilot helmet on this one, so that way if they need a pilot to mobilize with the SWAT team in their SWAT chopper, we can get that going as well. Perfect. So now that we've got those down, we can then start working on these. And right off the rip, we're gonna go ahead and put one of our door hammers hanging above the helmets right there. That looks really, really nice. And then next to that door hammer, we're going to toss one of our tactical shields right there. And then we actually have a couple other variants of tactical shields, so we're gonna twist this like so, and put a see-through tactical shield right there with the lights on the front. And then our final tactical shield, which twist up, the thing came off. Ah, shoot. No. We don't have a hook here now.
Come on, man.
Okay, we're swapping it out for a different one. We'll put our final SWAT shield there, which is a micro SWAT shield from Brickmania. Maybe my least favorite of all the SWAT shields, but at least it still looks pretty good. Next to that, we're going to have our wall of non-lethal gear, sort of organizing the SWAT arsenal as much as we can. So above that, we're gonna have our taser gun, as well as our less than lethal pump shotgun. Now that thing shoots beanbags and will pack a wallop and can technically kill people with the impact force, but it's less than lethal, so most of the time it won't, hopefully. And then underneath this, we'll go ahead and put a baton nightstick right there. And finally, under that, we'll put a can of high quality pepper spray for the boys. Beautiful. So now we have kind of our less than lethal wall over here, but I want to return to this side and go with some more bigger lethal options. First off, we got our big boy tactical shotgun here, which we will clip into the lower section of the wall. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2, all of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Then we're going to want our Barrett sniper rifle in case you need to take out some baddies during like a hostage situation or, you know, anything along those lines. So that puppy's going right there. And then beneath those two, let's go ahead and get our tactical M4. Okay, there we go. The perfect caliber tactical M4 is in there. Took a minute, but we got it there. And then underneath all of that, we're gonna put, since there's not a ton of room under there, a nice tactical hatchet for breaking down doors or anything else they might need to destroy on their way in. Now back over this way, I want this to be kind of a wall of SMGs. So we've got our big boy magazine Glock. We're also gonna go ahead and put this P90 there. This thing actually does have a magazine that you slide out of the top like so, and then you can slide it back in. It's pretty cool. We'll go ahead and click that boy in there. And then we have a very small pump shotty that we're actually going to go ahead and add to the SMG wall. Good stuff. Then over this way, we have these two hooks up top. Firstly, we're gonna go ahead and put a rocket launcher in one of them, just in case. I mean, the militarization of police forces has been going on for quite some time, so it's not like the most unrealistic thing. And then we'll also put another one of those perfect caliber M4s because I think they look really cool. Very nice. And beneath those suckers, we'll go ahead and put a SWAT backpack up there to be grabbed. Gorgeous. We're looking good. Now, we are going to need kind of like a headquarters console in here. That is where this sucker comes into play. So we have a nice little console doodad. And on top of that, can go ahead and put one of these tactical iPads, which I think is kind of funny. And we can also throw like some handcuffs on top of here, brick tactical flare gun, walkie-talkie, and a nice little snub nose revolver, you know, just added junk that's going to be kind of laying around, if you will. And then in the corner over here, we have this small little barrel we just placed. And in this barrel, we're going to put a few of these rifles and one of these DMRs here, M14s. Gorgeous. I would say we're looking pretty swanky. So let's go ahead and gather up our SWAT team members here at the front desk, and you know, we can have them being briefed about whatever their next assignment is.
Oh, jeez, this doesn't look very fun.
So we'll have our main SWAT captain right there, and then we'll place the rest of our boys back here. Oh no, the rocket launcher fell. All right, placing the rest of these guys. They're getting briefed, blah, blah, blah. And then over on this side, we'll go ahead and have the police commissioner as well as the SWAT team captain doing said briefing. I also found one of these little tactical flashlights. We'll put that on the center console there as well. All right, and there we go. We have our LEGO LEGO SWAT Arsenal. What do you guys think? I think it turned out pretty nicely with some highly realistic LEGO SWAT weapons in there. Pretty much everything you need to fight crime, stop a riot, stop a bank robbery, the whole shebang. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more in the future. Either way, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.